Okay.
I'm Miguel, and I'll be performing RJ's monologue from Risk Anything by George F. Walker. You know, here's the biggest problem you gotta deal with. You know, when that depressing feeling hits you when your show's just interrupted by commercials. I mean, if you're really into the show, it's like life is just stopped. It's that bad. It's that depressing. It's like God has just stopped everything. What are you supposed to do? Just wait? Why?
Because that 30 seconds, that minute.
That 30 seconds, that minute and a half, that it's just like forever. And fine.
And you hate those commercials.
And you hate those commercials. If you're really into the show, you absolutely hate them. In fact, you don't even want to know. You promise yourself you'll never buy the product. You don't even want to know what it is. Fine.
In fact, you don't even pay attention.
In fact, you don't even pay attention. You feel that intense about it. Anyways, I mean, it was the sitcom that really stopped me from getting crazy about all that stuff. I mean, when a network started putting all those funny shows all together in one night, how high-strung can you get thinking about, you know, wholehearted family fun? I mean, it's...
Take your script.
Yeah.
Do you want it on here? Okay.
I'm blanking out.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
See, take one look at it, my bad.
Just one? You don't want it?
Okay, I'll just... From the top. Yeah, here it is. You know the biggest problem you gotta deal with is when your show's interrupted by... It's that depressing feeling hits you when your show's interrupted by commercials. I mean, if you're really into the show...
You ever been really depressed about anything?
Yes.
Okay.
My life.
Okay. You need to substitute that in.
Phase.
You start in the depressing feeling. Okay?
Yeah, here it is. You know your biggest problem in life is that depressing feeling that hits you when your show's interrupted by commercials. If you're really into the show, it's like life is just stopped. It's that bad. It's that intense. And if you're... It's like God has just all of a sudden just stopped everything, and what are you supposed to do? Just wait? And if you're really into the show, you don't even want to know about the commercials. You promise yourself you'll never buy that product. In fact, you don't even want to know what the product is. Because that minute and a half, it's just like, it's like forever. And
When have you ever had to wait for something and it felt like forever?
yeah,
Okay, it's just like you have to put that on it.
it's just like for, I don't know, I can't.
Okay, go back a couple lines so you're not like jumping right into it. Okay.
Because that minute and a half it's just like forever, and do you feel that intense about it? It's that important to you. Yeah, well, anyways, it was the sitcoms that stopped me from getting all messed up about that stuff. I mean, when the network started programming all these funny shows all together in one evening, how high-strung could you get watching wholehearted family fun? I even started to like some of those commercials. I mean, cats and commercials were very big at the time. Anyway, let's not kid ourselves. This wasn't the golden age of television comedy.
Okay, so what is this whole second beat about? You didn't the comedies and the commercials, and you don't mind them so much anymore. What's that about?
Like, so my character, he's had like a really hard life, and you know, he spent a lot of time in prison, and so when he was in prison, he started getting addicted to television, and he really started to fall in love with like comedies. Because in comedies, like everything's always happy, and always works out in the end, and he wishes his life was kind of
he in prison for?
It doesn't really say. It just says that like he used to be like a really bad person.
Do you get the impression that he was violent, or do you get the impression that he was like a bank robber? Oh, that's probably still pretty violent.
Not
I think that, like it mentioned something about it doesn't say why he went to prison, but I think it was implied that it was because he had a couple DUIs.
Okay, so it's not like he's a murderer.
No, he's not
Okay.
violent at all.
Good.
No, he's just a heavy.
Just wanted to clarify that. Okay. All right. So he clearly is suffering probably from some depression issues. Okay. And he's self-medicating with TV.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to use TV as like common ground to connect with my mother-in-law who
Okay.
hates me.
All right. So can I have someone sit and be your mother-in-law? Just pick on him.
Not
Very
Chase.
motherly. Right?
Christian.
You were my mother-in-law last time. I'm
Christian.
sorry.
Bring up your chair. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Man, I just got
Okay. Laura seems really excited about it.
Okay. Bring up your chair and go sit next to Miguel on the
Plus, I
downstairs.
know if anyone here Nora hates me.
You're using my iPad.
The reason I'm doing this is mostly for eyeline because you are connecting with. You're looking like either in her lap or
Oh.
at her chest. I don't know if that's really the story we want to get. So next to him down on the downstage side. Mm-hmm. Like you're on the couch, yeah. So you start with the depressing beat, you try to connect with that, and then maybe she's giving you some judgmental looks about like, okay, you have depression problems. I'm really glad my daughter's married to you, and so then you've got to turn it into this. No, I was okay once the comedy started coming on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So am I like irritated with him?
You just think he's no good and deadbeat.
I think I'm an idiot. It's literally like the line right after my monologue is, so basically you're a fucking idiot.
Hey, language.
You know, like the play is it's not censored at all.
Same with me.
Is it still recording?
It's on
Our
tape
play's
forever.
called the same
It's on
6
tape.
Should I look
He
into
was
this?
quoting a play.
He was quoting a play.
Like actually, I think I'm here.
All right, here we go. Quiet, please.
God just gets.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Here it is. That your biggest problem in life is that depressing feeling that hits you when your show's interrupted by commercials. I mean, like if you're really into the show, it's like life is just stopped, and what do you? It's that bad. It's that depressing. It's like God has just all of a sudden stopped life, and what are you supposed to do? Just wait? I mean, if you're really into the show, you hate those commercials. You don't even want to know what the product is. You promise yourself you'll never even buy it. Because that minute and a half is just forever. I mean, anyways, it was the sitcom that stopped me from being so depressed about that kind of stuff. I mean, like, how depressed can you be when you're watching wholehearted family comedy? I mean, the networks just started putting all these programs in one evening. Anyways, let's not kid ourselves. This wasn't the golden age of television comedy. There was no Barney Millers here, no Retas. I've seen those shows on late night reruns, and I'm impressed. No, these shows were mostly about families and everybody talked too loud, and only a few of the jokes ever worked.
Okay, so it's hard for me to coach this section because you're not off book. So if you want to come next week when you're off book, I'll help you with that. But basically, it's like, oh, I'm not just a deadbeat. I'm an expert. I've watched all the television comedies before. I mean, this isn't the goal. Like you're doing a college lecture on, Mary and Rhoda and Barney Miller, and she's like, okay,
Sitcom 101.
you watch TV, get a job, okay,
And a life.
So there's a big shift in this monologue from like, oh God, the commercials, I want to kill myself, to like, now let's have an academic discussion, you know what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Because you are an expert in this, okay? However good that is, in her eyes, you know your craft, okay? All right, tell me, schedule something with me next week and I'll look at it, okay?
I'll do that.